person can make $100,000 a year in America and still feel broke, not poor on paper, not unemployed, not lazy, but working hard, making what used to be considered a dream salary, and still wondering where all the money went. Every month, the paycheck arrives, and every month, it disappears. Rent, taxes, car payments, insurance, groceries, credit cards, student loans, and suddenly, that six-figure income doesn't feel rich anymore. It feels like survival. For decades, $100,000 a year sounded powerful. It sounded like success. It sounded like you made it. But today, for millions of Americans, that number tells a very different story, because the real question is not, how much do you make? The real question is, how much do you actually keep? And once you see how fast $100,000 gets destroyed by modern life, you may never look at a salary the same way again. Welcome to nextgenfinance, where we break down money, business, the economy, and financial psychology in the simplest way possible. Today, we're uncovering why $100,000 a year is not enough anymore. And this is not just about income. It's about taxes, inflation, debt, housing, lifestyle pressure, and the hidden trap that keeps even high earners living paycheck to paycheck. There was a time when making six figures meant something very different. It meant comfort, security, a nice home, a reliable car, vacations, savings, maybe even early retirement. But the economy has changed, the meaning of money has changed, and the cost of a normal life has exploded. Today, $100,000 may look impressive on a job offer, but after real-life expenses, it can feel surprisingly average, and in some cities, it can feel dangerously tight. That is the modern financial illusion. A salary can look rich, while the person earning it still feels trapped. Let's start with the first shock. Taxes. When someone says they make $100,000 a year, that does not mean $100,000 goes into their bank account. Federal taxes, state taxes, Social Security, Medicare, retirement deductions, health insurance premiums, other payroll deductions, before the money even reaches your account. A huge part is already gone. So the person who thinks they make $100,000 may actually take home much less. And that's before they pay a single bill. This is where the illusion begins. People compare gross income, but life is paid with net income. And that difference can completely change the story. Now comes the biggest expense for most people: housing, rent, or mortgage. In many parts of America, housing has become the financial monster. A decent apartment in a major city can take a massive portion of monthly income. And if someone owns a home, there's the mortgage, property taxes, home insurance, maintenance, repairs, utilities. Suddenly, the place where you sleep becomes the biggest drain on your income. And here's the scary part. Housing is not optional. You can cancel Netflix, you can stop eating out, you can delay buying clothes, but you cannot simply stop needing a place to live. That's why housing costs are one of the biggest reasons high earners still feel broke. The salary goes up, but the rent climbs faster. Then comes transportation. In many American cities and suburbs, a car is not a luxury, it's survival. People need cars to get to work, to buy groceries, to pick up children, to live daily life. But owning a car today is expensive. Car payment, insurance, gas, maintenance, repairs, registration, parking. And if the car breaks down unexpectedly, one repair can destroy the monthly budget. This is why many people earning good salaries still feel like they are losing ground. They are not just paying for a car, they are paying for access to their own job. And that is a painful reality. Now let's talk about everyday life, groceries, food, basic household items, things people used to buy without thinking too much. But today, even a normal grocery trip can feel shocking. The same cart costs more, the same brands cost more, The same family meals cost more, and inflation does something psychologically powerful. It makes people feel like they are working harder, just to stay in the same place. They are not upgrading their life. They are not becoming richer. They are simply paying more for the life they already had. And when groceries, gas, rent, and insurance all rise together, even a strong salary starts feeling weak. Then comes one of the most dangerous parts of modern life: debt, credit card debt, student loans, car loans, personal loans. Buy now, pay later. Debt can quietly destroy a six-figure income, because debt doesn't just take money once, it returns every month with interest. And interest is the silent enemy of wealth. A person earning $100,000 may look successful, but if they have thousands in monthly debt payments, they are not free. They are financially chained. The paycheck does not belong fully to them. Part of it already belongs to banks. Part of it belongs to credit card companies. Part of it belongs to lenders. That is how someone can earn a great income and still feel broke, because their future income is paying for past decisions. Now here's where psychology enters the story: lifestyle inflation. Most people believe, when I make more money, my financial stress will disappear. But often, something else happens. They upgrade everything: better apartment, better car, better clothes, more expensive restaurants, more subscriptions, more vacations, better phone, more convenience, and slowly, the new income disappears into a new lifestyle. This is why many high earners don't build wealth. Their income increases, but their habits increase faster. They don't become richer. They become more expensive to maintain, and that is one of the biggest traps of modern finance. More money does not automatically create freedom. Sometimes, it only creates bigger bills. Social media made this even worse. Every day, people see luxury lifestyles online: perfect homes, perfect vacations, perfect outfits, perfect restaurants, perfect success. And slowly, people start comparing their real life to someone else's highlight reel. That comparison creates pressure. Pressure to look successful. Pressure to spend more. Pressure to live above your means. And the scary part is, many people showing luxury online are not actually wealthy. Some are renting the lifestyle. Some are using debt. Some are financially stressed behind the scenes, but viewers don't see that. They only see the image, and they start thinking, maybe I'm behind. So they spend more, not because they need to, but because they want to feel successful. This is how social media turns income into performance. Modern life is designed to make spending effortless. Food delivery, ride sharing, subscription services, one-click shopping, streaming platforms, premium apps, monthly memberships. Everything feels small. $10 here, $20 there, $30 somewhere else. But small expenses become dangerous when they repeat every month, because convenience has a cost. And today, many people are not broke because of one giant purchase. They are broke because of hundreds of tiny leaks. Money leaves their account quietly, automatically, repeatedly. And by the end of the month, they wonder where everything went. Another reason $100,000 is confusing is location. In one city, $100,000 may feel comfortable. In another city, it may feel barely enough. A person living in a lower cost area might save money easily, but someone in a high cost city could spend most of their income on rent, transportation, and taxes. This is why salary alone is not enough to judge wealth. The real equation is income minus cost of living. Because making more money in an expensive place does not always mean you are richer. Sometimes. It just means you are running faster on a more expensive treadmill. This is the lesson most people miss. High income is not the same as wealth. Income is what you earn. Wealth is what you keep and grow. A person can make $100,000, spend $100,000, and build nothing. Another person can earn less, spend wisely, invest consistently, and slowly become wealthy. The difference is not always income. The difference is behavior. Wealthy people understand assets. They ask, what can this money earn? Average people ask, what can this money buy? That single question changes everything, because wealth is not built by looking rich. Wealth is built by owning things that grow. This is why the rich keep getting richer. They use money to buy assets. Assets can include stocks, businesses, real estate, intellectual property, digital products, cash flow systems. These assets can grow over time. They can produce income. They can increase in value. Meanwhile, many high earners only buy liabilities, expensive cars, luxury goods, lifestyle upgrades, things that lose value, things that require payments, things that look good but don't build freedom. And over time, the gap becomes massive. Not because one person worked harder, but because one person bought assets and the other bought appearances. Money is not just numbers. Money is emotional. When people feel behind, they spend to feel better. When people feel stressed, they buy comfort. When people feel insecure, they buy status. And when they finally earn more, they reward themselves. This is human, but it can become dangerous because emotions can turn income into spending, and spending can turn success into pressure. That is why financial freedom requires more than math. It requires self-control, awareness, patience, and the ability to say no, even when you can technically afford it. So if $100,000 is not enough by itself, what actually makes someone financially strong? First, knowing where money goes. Not guessing. Knowing. Second, avoiding high-interest debt, because debt can destroy even a good salary. Third, living below your means, even when income rises. Fourth, building an emergency fund, because life will always create unexpected expenses. Fifth, investing consistently. Even small amounts can grow over time. Sixth, increasing skills and income, because in a changing economy, skills are protection. And seventh, understanding that wealth is built quietly, not through showing off, not through impressing people, but through boring, repeated financial decisions. Dramatic return to city skyline. Salary number appears again, $100,000. Then breaks into taxes, rent, debt, inflation, lifestyle. So why is $100,000 a year not enough anymore? Because the world changed. Taxes take a share. Housing takes a share. Transportation takes a share. Groceries take a share. Debt takes a share. Inflation takes a share. Social pressure takes a share. And lifestyle inflation takes whatever is left. That is why a six-figure salary no longer guarantees financial peace. It may open doors. It may create opportunities. But it does not automatically create wealth. Because wealth is not about how much money passes through your hands. It's about how much stays, how much grows, and how much freedom it creates. The good news is, you are not powerless. Once you understand the trap, you can escape it. You can stop chasing appearances. You can stop upgrading your lifestyle too fast. You can start building assets. You can take control of debt. You can think differently, because the goal is not to make $100,000 and still feel broke. The goal is to build a life where money gives you peace, not pressure. If this video opened your eyes, subscribe to NextGenfinance for more powerful videos about money, business, the economy, and financial psychology. And remember, a high income can make you look successful, but smart money decisions make you free.